Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
We are hearing from so many of you about the owls that I listen to, and they find me and I find them at night on my sunset walks. I record them when I have a chance, with my device.
And eventually you catch a hawk in there, too.
Or so we think. Anyway, So look, we are hearing from so many of you. This is so good for my country girl's heart to talk about this because, a lot of people walk to get their steps in, get their calories burned or whatever. I walk. All those things happen. Calories are burned.
Yeah.
Rock and roll is sometimes played or whatever, podcast. But I also am there for the nature encounters. And if you are looking for them, you will find them, especially at sunset. Mm-hmm. And lately, especially a lot of owls. It's spring, okay? There's a lot of mating and stuff going on. So there's a lot of action, okay? So let's get to some of these emails.
Okay.
I'm excited about it.
I got an email here from Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
She says, the recording of the barred owl that Jodi shared also featured another different sounding bird calling loudly along with it,
Yes.
which we heard.
Yeah.
Now, Jamie says that was not a hawk.
Right.
Oh, really?
She says it was also a barred owl.
Really?
They, as well as every other bird raptor, can make quite varied calls, songs, sounds, especially during nesting and mating season.
Well, and Jodi was saying that she thought she saw two barred owls at that moment.
I did.
And that they were flying around together. So one was making a different noise than the other.
Yes, I love the way you guys, my city boys, asserted that it was a hawk.
Well, it sounded. To me, that
it sounded
sound
like
I
a different
associate
bird.
with
It did sound like a different bird. Jamie goes on to say males tend to sing and call a lot during courtship and mating competition.
Yeah.
Mating competition.
Yeah, now.
Also, she adds here, it's another quite creepy call to look up in the case of owls is the call of barn owls.
Barn, not the same as bard.
Barn, B-A-R-N.
Yeah.
The screeching sounds had a hand in shaping legends like the screaming banshees in the forest long ago, and I got you a barn owl sound.
Yeah, I've heard those.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Birds are... Whoa! What's crazy about me walking, and I'm never walking in the dark, but I'm winding down my walks in the evenings right around sunset, and no kidding, oftentimes, and we're just lucky where we live, there's a lot of woods around us, in front of us, and behind us. There are owls, and they just that's when they begin hunting, and that's when they begin all the mating stuff that's going on. And I cannot tell you, on the nights I go out and I'm really looking for something, every once in a while, not much will happen. I'm disappointed. So I'm like, whatever, I got my steps in, feel good, good way to end the day. But I'm telling you, especially in the springtime, I almost always have some sort of encounter. They'll swoop down and fly across the street in front of me. Lately, I've seen an owl and then 2 or 3 other little birds around it. I'm like, am I in the middle of a Winnie the Pooh movie? It's crazy.
They're not attacking the owl, are they?
No, they're all just hanging out together. They look like a gang. It looks
One of my
lovely.
favorites is when our oldest daughter Taylor was driving home one night and there was a barred owl on our mailbox.
Oh, yeah. Just perched there. Mm-hmm. I definitely think there was a owl on our mailbox or a hawk this week because there was a dropping that didn't look like a nice little delicate bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the rain got
Didn't
it, though.
look like the mailman, huh?
Anyway, I just have to say, I know that I'm a country girl, and so this is where I find myself. I will always do this. When I go for a walk, like I said, it's not always to get a number of steps in or to burn calories. Of course, that is happening, but I really am. Our world is so technical. Our lives, what we're doing here right now, a podcast, is a technical, thing, and we're trapped in that world. And I just need this. I seek it out especially at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Last night I saw a family of raccoons again. I say that they're practically domesticated because there's a lady down the street who at sunset every day feeds them. And so they're all gathered at the back of her driveway. And when they see me, they get really still. And like the leader of them will stand up on his hind legs and look at me like, you coming for me?
Keep on moving.
Come on. Yeah. And they get really still. So there's just always so much to see,
I know it's a little cliche to just talk about how soothing nature is and all of that, but there's a truth in it because we don't control any of that part of things, and you see other bird species or whatever living their lives. And you and I were at a hotel this past weekend, Jody, and remember as we were walking back to the lobby, there were 2 hawks circling above. And they're not circling just to circle.
Yeah.
There's something there. We just don't know what it was. But we were watching them circle for, I don't know, a couple of minutes. But, as we walked in, and then Jody said, yeah, I think when I woke up this morning, I smelled something funny.
When
outside.
I was out in the hall, I had gone down to get us coffee, and we were our room. I'm not making that up. In our room, we were at the end of the hall, and there was the stairwell was down there, and down the stairwell, it was like, something's funky out there. Yeah. And funky could be whatever they're circling. I don't know. It
could be. I mean,
That's an assumption.
Do they circle trash too, or just animals?
I don't know the answer to that. Not a scientist.
I really haven't studied it enough to know.
Literally just a country girl that notices this stuff. Like if all of us if we went on a walk together, I promise you I would find the nature quickly because I'm just always scanning for it.
I had, and this is going to sound lame compared to owls, I had a hummingbird land on one of my bushes this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't have any red stuff or any hummingbird feeders or anything. He just comes up and he sat there. And it was like, oh, wow, that's unusual.
Yeah, it is unusual. I don't know enough about it.
They're so cute.
They're unbelievable. They're a miracle.
Yeah.
There's all these little miracles happening around all the time. So thank you, Jamie, for sending that barn owl info. I'm pretty sure we don't have barn owls where we are. I know we do have barred, Murphy, the same ones that I see all the time that I take pictures of.
So a barn owl is also a screech owl? I've heard them called screech owls before.
Seems
but based
like
on the fact that he was screeching, I would assume that.
Right. It sounds like something an old farmer would call it. That's a screech owl.
Yeah.
Don't you hear it screeching?
He's in the barn.
Yeah.
I had an encounter with an owl the other night, that the same one, a barred owl, and on the same branch near the same place where I see them often. And instead of flying away after, a few minutes of me just standing there and shooting a little video, he just stayed. It was kind of like, in my imagination, he knows me. He knows I'm not going to mess with him. So I just walked away and let him hang there. So cute.
Jodi's love for owls is one reason that we have this original painting in one of our bathrooms that you fell in love with. It's not a huge one. And
he bought it for me. I liked it at a gallery one time, and he bought it for me from the artist.
Yeah, from the artist who actually painted it. And it's a really sweet painting of a mother owl with 2 little baby owls in a nest, and they're all looking at each other. And we've had this thing for a couple of years. And the other day, it's right above the toilet, so I see it a lot. You know?
Go figure.
Yeah, and but I noticed something for the very first time in years, and I walked up to Jodi and I said, because I'm usually the one who misses things like this, and I was waiting for Jodi to go, yeah, how did you miss that?
Yeah.
I said, have you ever noticed something that's different in that painting? And Jodi didn't notice this either. So we walked into the bathroom together, and I showed her. I said, it's a rabbit in her talons.
The mama's got a rabbit. She's about to serve him up.
It's one ear, just poking up in that, and it's not graphic or anything like that. It's enough to be a little creepy, but I know that's nature. It's real.
Yeah.
It's capturing a moment, but I never saw that. I thought it was just
a
mama owl with 2 little babies.
Isn't that the cutest picture?
What's so funny about it is that the reason I maybe noticed it when we bought it years ago, but I had forgotten about it, and I hung it in the bathroom.
I'm sitting there thinking, is that a bunny ear?
Yeah, it is a bunny ear.
Which I distracted myself and realized, wait, let me finish using the rest of it. Then we'll investigate this further.
The other reason that I didn't notice it is because I'm looking at the babies. I've never seen baby owls in real life. So for them to be in that painting, I just have always loved owls.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought of maybe trying to feed those owls outside?
No. I don't need to. You know why?
Oh, they feed themselves.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh.
What would you do?
What else?
I don't know.
Because they only eat animals. Yeah. So
look, I don't
think I would try to feed an owl.
Vienna sausage.
I don't even wear a bun in my hair.
Yeah.
If I'm walking near where they are, I take my hair down.
Yeah, in
because
fact,
they say that an owl will see a bun and think it's something that they can just swoop down and grab. There are cases of people with things like that in their hair who've been attacked by birds.
it's the same reason we don't leave Sparky, our long-haired Chihuahua, unattended in the backyard.
He's
At least
little.
not that Jody knows.
He's the size of a rabbit. He would definitely be picked. He would be picked up.
Yeah.
Could be.
He looks like a skunk. So if I ever see a skunk going through the air, I'm
Oh, okay. Stop. But I will say another reason I don't have to feed them. I don't want to mess with the natural order of things. Yeah. Where we live, there's a really nice patch of woods and a creek behind us, in front of us. There's a lot of trees, which is why I love it. My country girl heart loves living where we live. But there's so much for them to hunt. Last night, I also saw, before it was even dark, a raccoon cross the street, and go to our neighbor's house. Just like, I'm thinking, you're a little early to be out. I've seen bunny rabbits hopping. They're beautiful. They're brown, they're the size of Sparky. Now, I know those are prey animals.
Oh, yeah.
They're the easiest prey. I'm thinking, man, I hope you survive. I hope you survive because this is Owl City,
They're so cute, but I guess that's why they multiply a lot, because they disappear fast.
And the owls also hunt around the creek because there's a lot of animals going to the creek for water. And, there's a lot of prey around for them, which is why it's exciting.
Yeah.
You're making me excited about my walk tonight at sunset. I hope I get it.
Well, maybe I'll come with you tonight, Jody, because I'm curious. I want to know if this is a barred owl and another owl.
A barred owl, both.
That sound, it must be, because remember,
they're talking to each other.
We had a neighbor.
Yeah.
That actually he liked to simulate and do those calls himself. In fact, it would fool us because we thought that the owls were out. It was really just him in the backyard making those noises.
Yeah, we're not living near him
But he did
anymore.
that same sound. He did the ooh, 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 and then he would go the
I don't know how he knew that.
So yeah, now that I'm thinking about that, that is true. That's not a hawk. That's that
What's
owl.
going on there is, hey baby, what's your name?
Yeah.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jody podcast.